I'm always looking for a guitar pick. That's the perpetual dilemma of any guitar player. While it's fresh in my mind, I really want to figure out the chords to that last section. So I think that was it. Very nice, beautiful melody. Let me just say, first of all, my overall impression of this band is really intricate in their songwriting. They just completely threw out the stereotypical song pattern out the window. They're just following their own muse. It does remind me of how an orchestral piece would be written. I love the piano intro. Of course, it harkens to a lot of classical music. My grandma used to play classical piano, and she was fantastic, and it reminds me of her. There's a neat pattern there. That's really nice. And then it moves up. Yeah, that's what it's like. Switches a G and an A, and again, unpredictable music. It's going in different directions. So that's a cool part. I would say that's kind of almost a classic kind of prog musical movement happening there. Whoa. They are just all over the place. And then you've got this horn section, which took me completely by surprise. I think that's it. And then, whoa, I just I've got to listen to this song a bunch of times to be able to follow all of the changes, which is great. That's what I love about progressive rock. It just... Yeah, and I like the singer's voice. He has a kind of a... He has a bit of a little bit of growling he's putting into it. Now, they were ahead of their time, I would say, because the saxophone was definitely being used in prog, like the big saxophone, but I don't think there were many artists who were using the alto sax, is it called? Also, you've got the French horn player, which reminded me of George Martin and the Beatles, because George Martin really was good at suggesting ideas. He was the fifth Beatle, basically, George Martin, and he had some of those songs with the French horn. And of course, you got the bass going. Very kind of a jazz running bass. I don't know what you call it. And then you've got the electric guitar. And then more brass. It's really cool to have these brass players in the band. It's going to help expand the palette of the whole band and add so many different directions they could go to. Very interesting song. Thanks for sharing it, Aki H, my wonderful subscriber on Patreon. And do consider joining Patreon. More progressive rock from Italy will come up. Make sure you check that playlist of other progressive rockers from Italy I've reacted to. And there will be many, many more coming up. Obviously, there's so many names that you guys are mentioning. I haven't even heard of them, and it's probably a shame. So let's catch up and listen to all that. Dean, spiraling out. Talk to you later. Bye.